Hey, Alex Joyner here in the home office on February the 2nd, 2022. This is our midweek update for First United Methodist Church in Charlottesville, Virginia. I like to see the sun most days. It's always lifts my spirits to have the sun. On Groundhog's Day, it comes with a little bit of trepidation because there's that legend of the groundhog. If he sees his shadow, which evidently he did today, there's 6 more weeks of winter. But hope springs eternal, and I think warmer weather is on the way. This weekend, we've got a very special event coming up at First Church. That is on Sunday afternoon at 5 o'clock. We've got a Zoom for a town hall, and you'll see the details about that in the email update. But I've got a conversation with Bill Clark coming up right after this little intro, so I hope you'll stick around for that brief little introduction to what we'll be doing at the town hall. And also there's an update on our Generous Spirit campaign, and Jeff Taylor has a little brief update about where we stand with that. So if you want to stay on after Bill and I talk, you'll see Jeff. But I hope to see you on Sunday on the Zoom or in service. And for all the things that are going on, God bless you, and we'll see you soon.
Hello, I'm Bill Clark, lay leader at First United Methodist Church here in Charlottesville, Virginia. And I'm here to talk with Pastor Alex Joyner about a new vision for the church. Alex, what is this new vision? What is it all about?
It's called Love the Whole City and Love the City Whole, starting right here.
Well, we used to have a previous mission statement, changing lives through Jesus Christ. How does this new vision change that? Does it replace that statement, or is it an add-on, or what really is it?
Well, the mission of the United Methodist Church, the whole denomination, is to make disciples of Jesus Christ for the transformation of the world. And when I read our current mission statement, I hear that as a way of expressing that denominational mission. I think of this vision as more focused on the particular context where we are right now, and that it's in service of that other larger mission.
So how did you come about formulating this new vision? How did that happen?
Well, I love Charlottesville, Bill, and I love this church. We were associated with First Church during our first time here for a little bit when I was a campus minister 16 years ago. When I found out that I was going to be appointed back to First Church, I came and met with the current pastors then, Pastor Gary and Pastor Phil, and walked around the church and walked around the downtown, and I could tell that a whole lot had changed in the time that I'd been gone. And especially the events of the last 4 years have been very evident. The Unite the Right rally in 2017 was a challenging moment for the city, and it was a time when the church was challenged to stand up in some significant ways. And that wasn't without cost, but it was a key moment for the life of this church, and it left it left some scars and some hope. The pandemic, of course, has had its effects too. The denominational decisions about human sexuality also have taken their toll too. So I knew that I needed to learn more about that, and so I came in hoping to do that by asking questions, a lot of questions, and getting to know the church and the community again.
Well, what exactly does the new vision include? I mean, what's First Church going to be doing that's different now?
Well, in some sense, it's not all that new. I think a lot of the elements of it are things that First Church has in its history and has done before. It is just going back to it in a new way, recognizing that we're in a new environment. So the ultimate vision is kind of a rededication of the park across the street as a place of community, flourishing, and healing. And all of the elements of that vision statement are designed to help us get reconnected to the community where we are.
So tell me, how are you going to put this new vision, into action? Who's going to do what? Can you tell me about that?
Well, it's early stages, but one of the parts of getting to this stage was to develop a vision team, and they've been having a lot of conversations. We've been rolling it out in worship services over the last few weeks. The idea is that in addition to having some kind of community celebration in the park, that we would be having other events in the park leading up to it, that we'd have a lot of conversations with community partners, with other churches, other organizations around the park, that we would have prayer times in the park, that we would support the arts. We've been having conversations with Live Arts about a joint Shakespeare production. And we are looking forward to identifying the assets in this community to address the needs in the downtown.
Well, this sounds really ambitious and really exciting. Yeah, I guess it really is about changing lives.
Yeah, I think that's what Jesus was about. And the three parts of the vision, each talk about the way God works and calls us to participate with God in what God's doing. Because I think God wants to love the whole city. It's an inclusive vision. God wants to love the city whole, to move us towards wholeness and flourishing, and start right here in this place.
How can people get more information about this vision, especially how they might participate?
Well, one of the first ways they can do that is to participate in the town hall that we're having on February the 6th at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. It's a Zoom session, and you can register by sending an email to office@cvillefirst.umc.org, and Joey will send out a link to you. We'll be continuing to talk about it in worship services and other settings, and already people are coming forward with ideas, and we want to be able to help empower people to make those happen. So the focus this month that just went out will also have information about the vision and what's coming up.
Well, Alex, I know you have a town hall to attend in just a few minutes that the whole congregation's going to be at, I hope. So let me thank you for talking with me about this and about this new vision. I wish you a lot of success, and I know that I'm really looking forward in participating in it, and I suspect that many of our viewers will be also.
Hi, I'm Jeff Taylor, your 2022 Stewardship Campaign Chairman, with an update on the Generous Spirit Campaign. First of all, I'd like to thank everyone who has pledged for your prayerfully considered pledges to First Church. I'm pleased to report that as of now, we're within $4,000 of last year's pledged total of $339,000 on only about 70% of the number of pledges received last year. I'm also especially pleased to announce that 10 new families are included in that 70% and represent over 30% of this year's pledged amount. I think this points to the fact that these new families, and that families did not pledge in the past, have faith in our new pastor and the direction and vision stated by the church. However, my data shows that 35 families who pledged last year have not yet pledged this year. Some of these may be families that have moved out of the area or no longer worshiping here. But with so many of us not attending church and the issues with the mail, I suspect that some of you may not have received your pledge letter or received it late. So I want to emphasize that we're still accepting pledges, and that you can call the church office to request a pledge card and verify your address, or you can pledge online at the church website by clicking on the Give button. Thanks again to everyone who participated in the pledge campaign and for your generous response.
So that's a little bit of an update on some of the things going on here at First Church. This Sunday, we're going to begin a new series for the next 3 weeks. We're going to be looking at the 15th chapter of 1 Corinthians, which is one of Paul's great statements on death and resurrection. We're going to be looking at that chapter to see about how to handle hope and grief in this era of the pandemic. So I hope that you'll join us for services either in person or online at 10 o'clock on Sunday morning. Hope to see you Sunday afternoon at the town hall, but have a great week and stay away from the groundhogs. See you soon.